Good morning. Thanks for joining us for Racine Me. I'm Meghan Reistad. This morning on Racine Me, we're talking about getting out and enjoying the snow. We're hearing from the Caledonia Conservancy about winter activities for you and your family, and Bids for Kids is going virtual. The Kiwanis Club of West Racine shares about how you can get involved as well. First this morning, we're talking about getting out and enjoying all that winter has to offer. That's what many people are doing with the Caledonia Conservancy. And here to share more about it this morning, we have Kim Hoover. Good morning, Kim.
Good morning.
So tell us where you are right now. You are obviously enjoying the beautiful outdoors.
Yes, I actually am on the CC trails, just off of 7 Mile Road. This is an old railroad right-of-way that the Conservancy leases from, I believe, one of my neighbors.
Oh, okay. Okay. And so, yeah, your neighbors. So you're on one of the trails right now, but this is in your backyard. So you have a pretty ideal location for your home there.
Yes, I do. I literally walked out here so that I could show you exactly where, when I'm riding my horses or walking my dog, I walk right out the back of my property right onto the CC trails.
Amazing. And so winter is a great time to get out to explore those trails. They are open year round. We want to remind people about that. Talk about some of the specific things people can do in the winter on the trails.
Yeah, so we are open dawn to dusk every single day, Monday through Sunday. I mean, they're open for anyone to use, and so we do have some extensive trails for horses, but there are also walking trails, cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, a little bit of everything. We have King's Corners, which is off of 5 Mile and 31. There's a nice parking area there. There's also trout ponds on 4 Mile and Highway 31. Those are great walking trails as well that you can go down kind of down by the river and walk those trails with your dog, with your family. I mean, they're absolutely amazing. So I spend most of my time on the trails on horseback, but I do walk my dog regularly on these trails with a lot of other people that we come in contact with.
Wow, so it's a great way to get outside and also form some new friendships, it sounds like, too, right? There's groups that will go out and that sort of thing.
Oh, definitely. I have met many friends. Some of them have become lifelong friends. Some of them I only see a few times a year when we get together we do have CC events occasionally. Obviously that's been kind of halted with COVID, but we're looking forward to being able to get back out. But there are definitely people that we know whose horse is whose, and we know who's walking what dog. And yeah, I've met many friends. We have a group that goes out. I don't even know how many there are of us now, maybe 15.
Wow.
And we ride, and one of them is a close neighbor of mine, and she has a dog that goes with us and is our designated trail dog.
Oh, that's cool. And I mean, what a great way too to still get together with people, but also focus on social distancing. I mean, it's a really safe way. When you're on horses, you can't get too close to each other, I mean, right?
Exactly. Yeah. 2020 none of us horse people have complained.
Yeah. Now, if people are interested in getting involved, how can they get involved?
They can get involved. We have a website that is updated regularly, www.caledoniaconservancy.org. It has all of the information on ways to get involved, ways to donate. There's different trail maps, different events that are held throughout the year. There's a lot of different information there. We also have a Facebook page. Again, that's also just the Caledonia Conservancy on our Facebook.
Okay, Kim. Now, speaking of events, do you have any favorites that you've done in the past, or anything that you can share about your past experiences with the Conservancy?
Yes. So I have lived here since 2005, and I've been a Conservancy supporter as well as volunteer since about 2010, 2011, and so about 10 years. I am actually on the fundraising committee of the Conservancy, and every single December we have a huge wine tasting event. It's attended by everyone. I mean, all different types of people. From 20s, early 20s, old enough to drink, to, late 70s, honestly. And it's a huge event down in downtown Racine. Unfortunately, last year it had to be canceled. I'm hoping that we can have it again. We also have some other ideas coming up as soon as we can, open up some spaces, at least maybe, on the actual King's Corners or different trail systems, where we could open up events for the public to come and kind of view what we're doing.
Wonderful. And we also featured your calendar too a few weeks ago on Racine Me, and that is a beautiful piece of art, put together by so many different people in the community who want to help raise money for the Conservancy as well. Talk about fundraising efforts and why it is important for people to donate and to help support this so that we can, enjoy it for years to come.
So the Caledonia Conservancy only has one actual, I believe she's only a part-time employee, our executive director. The rest of the organization is entirely volunteer ran. So we rely on volunteers to keep the trails clean, to keep it clear. Unfortunately, occasionally to pick up garbage. But fundraising, it allows us to keep up some of the trails that we might not necessarily own, but we lease, as well as continue to add on to the trails. So, I mean, fundraising it's hugely important for any nonprofit organization, but our extensive trail system, I believe we're over 40 miles of trails. Wow. From county, it starts at County Line Road, Milwaukee and Racine border, which is near where I am, and it goes all the way down past 4 Mile and around. So, there's a lot of trails to maintain, and although it's all volunteer ran, obviously we need equipment that goes out there, and there's bridges that need to be, rebuilt, and there's other various needs, as well as trying to add different programs, because we do have school age programs that we've done with the local schools that we hope to get back into, and that, requires minimal cost, but still supplies for those types of programs.
Sure. All right. Well, it was great to talk to you, Kim. I just think it's so cool that you love the trails so much that you decided that you wanted to live, as close to them as possible. And they're right out your back door now, so you really can't get much better than that. But thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Great to meet you.
Thank you, and we look forward to seeing more people out on our trail system. This winter could not be any more ideal, to be honest.
That's true.
I mean, I'm out here in just a long sleeve shirt. It's beautiful out.
It's amazing. So. Yeah, and you just have that beautiful snow behind you. So we won't keep you anymore. We'll let you get out there and enjoy the trails.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right. Thanks, Kim. Bye. Still ahead on Racine Me, a virtual event you can be a part of. We're talking about bids for kids. It's going virtual. The Kiwanis Club of West Racine is giving back to the community with a virtual auction fundraiser called Bids for Kids. Paul Hawley with the Kiwanis Club of West Racine is here today to talk more about the event. Hi, Paul. Good to see you.
Good morning, Megan.
So tell us about the Bids for Kids event, first of all.
Well, thanks so much for having us. Bids for Kids is the annual winter fundraiser for the Kiwanis Club of West Racine. Of course, we really give back a lot to the community. We raise this money for scholarships and, of course, to give back to many, many local programs. The Bids for Kids, we've basically taken our fundraiser and made it virtual. And it consists of 3 parts. The first part is a cash prize raffle. Online raffle. The tickets are $50 a piece, and we have cash prizes of $3,000, $2,000, $750, and $250. As I said, the tickets are $50 a piece, and the winners will be drawn online on our website on Saturday, March 6th. And you can order tickets right now by going to our website, westracinekiwanis.org. The second part of Bids for Kids, and this is what we're very excited about, is a silent auction. We're going to have about 100+ items, and it's going to literally have something for everyone. The items are going to include things like a 2021 Lincoln Corsair vehicle, trip packages, both U.S. and around the different places around the world. You can take these trips anytime between now and 2022. Give you lots of time to plan. We're also going to have some custom jewelry items available, as well as gift baskets, gift certificates. A number of these gift baskets have various themes like chocolate, wine, car care, lots of fun stuff. That will all be available on the auction website online, and you can make your bids March 3rd through 6th. The online website is called Bid Beacon. That will be going live for previews in early February, and I hope I can come back in about a month and tell you more about it. Then finally, also on that online website, the auction site rather, we'll have 50/50 cash raffles, and we'll be drawing those each day, March 3rd through 6th.
Okay, wonderful. Yes, absolutely. We'll catch up with you again in February, as you mentioned there. But the Kiwanis Club of West Racine has 45 members. I know you meet weekly right now over Zoom, but tell us a little bit more about this organization. You're doing a lot of good, donating $26,000 annually to about 35 local organizations. But I'll let you tell us more.
Okay. Well, Kiwanis Club of West Racine is actually part of an international service organization, Kiwanis International. Kiwanis International, really they describe themselves as a global volunteer organization really dedicated to serving the children of the world. They use the hashtag Kids Need Kiwanis, and really that couldn't be more true. Their service initiatives worldwide include things like providing clean water, immunizations for things like typhoid, things we don't think about in this country, but it's valuable all over the world, and worldwide literacy. Everybody should know how to read and write, and we help make that possible. Internationally, on an annual basis, Kiwanians, and there's 500,000 of us around the world, they provide 19 million service hours annually. So we feel pretty good about that. As I said, Kids Need Kiwanis. Locally, the Kiwanis Club of West Racine, we have about 45 members, and we're meeting via Zoom presently, but we still get together and have a lot of fun. Last year, our club donated more than $26,000 to 36 local organizations. We annually give out scholarships to high school students. We'll be awarding later this spring 4 $1,500 scholarships to high school students who are going on to further education. We have a number of other things that we do really throughout the year. We're just wrapping up one of the more visible things we're involved with, the Kiwanis Holiday Lights. This is that light display. You can see it up along North Main Street at the zoo. It's not the lights that were in the zoo. That was a drive-through thing. The zoo is running, but this light display has been up there for more than 30 years every year, and it's a lot of fun to drive up and see that. Our members and a number of other volunteers, including the Electrical Workers Union, are responsible for putting that up and taking it down and maintaining those lights. Another thing we're quite proud of is we have raised money, and we have awarded or given away iPads for children with autism to help in their learning. One of the things we have been sponsoring is the Key Club at Park High School, which offers both service and leadership opportunities for young people. We were a major donor of the All Access Dream Playground up at Wadowitz Elementary. That was one of the first playgrounds in the area to offer all access to children of all abilities.
Yeah, and we have some great photos too, showing some of the community involvement that you guys have been a part of. So if people are interested in getting involved, what can they do, or who should they talk to?
Well, you are more than welcome, of course, to visit our website. It's westracinekiwanis.org. As I mentioned earlier, right now we're meeting virtually via Zoom. We meet at 7:30 a.m. every Wednesday. You can also follow us on Facebook at West Racine Kiwanis. Guests, of course, are always welcome. you can contact our membership chair. His name is Mike Muka. His number is 262-721-7996, or you can shoot him an email. We'd love to have you come join us, learn more about Kiwanis, and of course, get involved in the community.
Okay, Paul, thank you so much for sharing about this organization. You guys are doing so much good work, and we hope we can help get the word out about it, and for your Bids for Kids virtual fundraiser as well. So
wonderful.
We'll catch up with you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much. Have a good day.
You too.
Still ahead on Racine Me, encouraging progress in the fight against coronavirus for first responders, firefighters, and paramedics as they get vaccinated in Kenosha. Kenosha County's health department was one of 8 in the state to receive the COVID vaccine last week. The health department received 300 vaccines. Many of those then went to the Kenosha Fire Department. CBS 58's Brittany Lewis reports from Kenosha.
We've actually really felt it like the last few months.
Firefighter and paramedic Daniel O'Connell is one of 110 Kenosha Fire Department employees to receive the first dose of the vaccine.
It's offered. We're in the front lines.
We've been giving vaccines out for the past couple of days.
Dr. Tom Grawey, the medical director for the Kenosha Fire Department, says they've been getting ready for the vaccine for a few months.
EMS providers are the healthcare team that's usually the first to take care of some of the sickest COVID-19 patients.
We certainly were ready in the Kenosha Health Department.
The County Health Department received 300 doses. Health Officer Dr. Jen Freiheit says the shots have been given out and they are now preparing for the next shipment, whenever that will come.
We'll have several EMTs because we certainly can't vaccinate all of them at one time, because just in case they have adverse effects or a day or two of low-grade fever, that would wipe out whole shifts of EMTs. So it is a bit of a logistical coordination.
She says they'll also work through any clinicians that are unaffiliated with a hospital, any hospice staff, and any of the other providers on the Tier 1A list that have a higher degree of risk. She asked the rest of the public to be patient.
We will let everybody know when it's their turn, when we have enough vaccine.
Also in the Kenosha area, COVID-19 testing in Kenosha County has announced 2 changes that have now taken effect Saturday, January 2nd, according to officials. The Kenosha Community Health Center has moved its drive-through clinic to the former Chase Bank at 5506 7th Avenue. You can do a drive-through downtown. Now, it was previously located at Gateway Technical College. The new site will be open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Testing will be done by appointment only. Officials also say the Kenosha Fire Department is no longer offering testing on Wednesdays and Fridays. However, local pharmacy Modern Apothecary will continue to offer its Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturday appointments. That's located at the old fire station number 3 at 2121 Roosevelt Road. Testing hours there are from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. We've got more to come this morning on Racine Me. Next, we're talking about Hitting the Slopes, a program for kids to try skiing and snowboarding. Welcome back. Here we are for our final segment already of the morning. It is our community calendar with Carrie Grieving from Real Racine. Hey, Carrie, good to see you.
Hi, Megan. Good to be back.
Yes, we're happy to have you back. I think this is our first show now in 2021 together, so that's cool.
I know. Yeah. A brand new year, right?
Yeah. So let's talk about the Snow Sharks program.
Yeah, it's so the Parks and Rec Department in the city of Racine does a really good job in opening up different sports to kids, because I think you kind of always think of Parks and Rec like softball and baseball and basketball. But what they've done this year is they've decided that skiing and snowboarding is their main focus for the winter, and to get kids out, try a new sport, try something that they might not have any, previous experience with, or good Lord, it's really kind of intimidating to just go to a hill and hope that you can ski or snowboard.
Yeah, yikes.
So they've partnered with Alpine Valley in East Troy, and they are offering a full program where you get, a lesson, and then you're evaluated on your skills, and then they have specific nights for the club where you can go and try it out.
Very cool. Yeah, we've got a slide up right now talking a little bit about it. It says open to all level skiers ages 7 to 17, snowboarders 10 to 17. So this is kind of your elementary to high school age, right? Like late elementary.
Yes.
Okay.
And Yeah, and because it's all the, not all the way, but because it's in East Troy, like they have, specials for parents too. So
Oh,
it's
cool.
not like you go there, you take your kid who can't drive themselves, and then you have to just sit around and wait. Nope, you can join too.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, so maybe a way for kids and parents to get to know each other. And I think also right now, we've highlighted a number of winter activities in the Racine area on this show today, which is so important right now with COVID going on, so people can get outside and socially distance and be safe, but still have some fun and get their kids out of the house, which I think parents are probably wanting to do right now.
Yeah, and I mean the weather is actually really nice.
Yeah.
It's snowy, but it's not bitter cold where
Right.
you can't be outside. And the other thing too is one of the people that takes my class at the gym, she always tells me, because she's a ski coach, she says, skiing's like the original COVID social distance program.
Right.
Because they wear face coverings, they're outside. Like skiing is pretty ideal for trying to stay kind of away from everyone, but still do something with other people.
Yeah, I mean, you even have, gloves and mittens on. Like you said,
Yep.
it's a really good social distancing activity. Talk about also, switching gears here, but the Real Racine Visitor Center. This is cool. It's a great option for people who might be new to the area, or maybe they've been around for a while and just want to come check it out.
Yep, every year right around now, I like to remind everyone that the Visitor Center's here, located right off I-94 and Route 20, or Washington Avenue, however you like to say it. And also the big news, our construction is complete. So all the roads lead to the Visitor Center. You don't have to go the back way or anything anymore. It's very clear. We've been getting a lot more traffic, having people stop in, grab. Now's the time too for all the new guidebooks coming out, the activity guides, whether you're traveling north or south or anywhere in the state. Plus, we just like to have visitors stop in and tell us, maybe they know things that we don't, that we could help them promote, new businesses in the area, any of that. The doors are always open here, and I always encourage people to come and see us.
Cool. So is that where your office is located too then? Sweet.
Yep.
Okay.
I know. So in the perfect world, I would be here too and could chat. But there's just so much stuff here that I don't think people realize. And it's not only for visitors. So if you live in Racine County, you can come by and you might even find something you've never seen or know about.
Cool. So do you have someone then who's answering questions for people, who's at the front desk, or talk about how that works? What can they expect once they walk in?
Sure. Our front desk coordinator, her name's Peggy, and she's here Monday through Friday. And typically there's a volunteer with her up at the front desk. We have an amazing group of volunteers who like to come. They typically spend the mornings here, answer any questions, answer the phone, help with anything that might, event-wise in a busy year. They're always willing to help me out. And then it's also open on the weekends, and Mary is here at the front desk then.
Cool. Okay. So yeah, a great option for people who might be looking for something new to learn about. Let's talk about events and when you think maybe things will go back to normal in 2021. Like, what are you thinking? What are the people who you talk to? What's everyone saying?
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation to have with everyone because anyone on the event side is hoping and praying. We have pretty much, exhausted the ability to just let it be anymore. And now we are we have to have something to go forward. All of my events that were canceled in 2020 are scheduled for 2021. I haven't lost a single event, so they are prepared to come back. Obviously, most of them are outside during the summer, so also super helpful in a way that things will stay safe for everyone. And two, there's a lot of talk about the vaccine. Will it be necessary for events, or how is this going to work? And right now, it's all positive feedback. I think people have really good ideas, and I just hope that as numbers decrease throughout maybe winter and spring, we'll be back up and running in summer.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's great. I think we're all hoping for that. So thank you, Carrie, for the, being a bright spot for us in our week. We appreciate it.
Oh,
and for
that time.
Sharing about these events. Okay. Well, we'll see you next week then. Thank you.
All right. Sounds great. Megan.
All right. Bye. That
Bye.
concludes Racine Me for the morning. I'm Meghan Reistad. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, if you have a future idea for episodes of Racine Me, just let me know. You can reach out on both Facebook or just send me an email. Thanks for joining us this morning. We'll see you next week.